right, and we are back. This time we're in a place very near and dear to my heart, not just big box. We're in Takadanobaba. If you don't know Takadanobaba, that makes sense because it's really not a super touristy area of the city. It's just north of Shinjuku. I believe it's actually in Shinjuku City officially. But this is where I lived when I was in Japan the first time. Baba is very close to Waseda University, which is where my study abroad program was. So this is actually an area where a lot of the Waseda University students will live. And actually, I didn't really show it too well over there, but if you can see over there, there's a park kind of by the big box where people will actually kind of hang out and drink, be rowdy. Yeah, I'm trying not to make this like a super sentimental walking tour and pointing out everything, but I did want to just kind of show what my walk from the train station to my housing looked like originally, which I still remember. I still remember exactly how to get back to where we stayed, and I know the exact building, so you're going to go on a journey with me. Now, if you look over there, this truck doesn't block all of it. You might notice a big Astro Boy memorial. That is because, if you're familiar with the show Astro Boy, he was canonically born in Takadanobaba, or I guess created. So, as a way to tribute, they painted a mural of him and other Osamu Tezuka characters. And also, if you take the train here, the Yamanote line, the jingle for the doors closing is actually the Astro Boy theme. So it's kind of cute. Actually, having ridden the Yamanote line, it's probably the coolest jingle out of all the stations. Most stations just have kind of a generic little noise, so it's cool that even for a unassuming neighborhood, this actually does have some character to it, which it really does. I think at first I wanted to feel like Baba was a little dusty and kind of out of the way for a lot of the big Tokyo stuff, but I mean, honestly, it's one of my favorite areas of the city because you still get a lot of that big city atmosphere, as you can see, but you're not actually in Shibuya on the crossing, you know, having to deal with like a billion people. It's mostly just a lot of commuters and whatnot. Yeah, no particular memories on this kind of thoroughfare area. It's mostly just the way I would walk to get to the station. It's more so when we get to the turn coming up that it gets a little more sentimental for me with a lot of the places, but let's see, there's a pharmacy of some kind. There used to be I think it was called Seiyu. There's a grocery store actually that was on this side that I used to go to a little bit if you ever needed fruit or any kind of things to make food with. Not that I had much of a kitchenette in my room anyway. Barely had a bathroom in my room. But we keep walking. And just keep on walking. I believe the turn for the way we need to go is pretty close up here. It looks like there's some construction going on. But again, yeah, like I said, Baba is interesting because it still is part of Shinjuku. It still is very much an urban atmosphere, but it just has more of a kind of rowdier nature, particularly at night. Like I said, by the train station, there's just a lot more happening here. You really don't need to actually leave Baba to have fun in Tokyo. There was a couple of nights when I was here the first time where I was able to just kind of enjoy myself here. Just wait for the van to turn in. Make our way down the alley. So yeah, this was my walk to and from my housing originally. Obviously a lot easier to do downhill than it was uphill, but usually you would start the day uphill, so it wasn't as bad. I believe there was, I didn't show it, but there used to be like a nightclub, I think here, but now it's under construction. It was like a, I don't even know what it was. It was called like, it had like a very vaporwave name. It was like Dream 1995 or something. But I remember this shop very well. This is a grilled eel shop. It's actually a lot more in better condition than it was when I first came here. When I first came here, it didn't even have that logo. It just literally had like a JPEG of some unagi. It's nice to see that it's actually in better shape than it was previously. And this is why I love Baba, because there are a lot of stations, there are a lot of areas in Tokyo where you can kind of walk away from the hustle and bustle and get just a very quiet, serene, suburban sort of vibe. But Baba to me is just, I'm just in awe that, I mean, again, the main road is literally like just up that hill, and yet somehow so much noise is just completely canceled out. I find that very soothing. Okay, let's see if I fully remember the turn I need to take. I believe it's this way. Also, hopefully I'm not talking too quietly, because I'd like my audio to be picked up in this, but one thing you do have to keep in mind, though, is that on these little side streets there are plenty of cars that are happy to drive past you. But yeah, Baba, just talking about serene noises, and you hear car honking. But yeah, Baba is just so peaceful. There's a couple times when I lived here when I would just kind of walk around, wouldn't even do anything, because I don't know. These parts of the city, I think, are kind of why I love Tokyo. It's not just the big crossings and the big, the arcades and everything. It's just, I don't know, the fact that this is the largest city in the world, and this is what it looks like. Keep going. I believe my turn is up here because that hill looks familiar. Fun fact about Baba, actually, I believe a lot of Burmese people live here. There's a big Burmese community, so there's plenty of that type of food you can get here. It's an interesting house, actually. Surprised there's a palm tree. Yeah, I may have passed it, or it may not even be around anymore, but I used to walk past on this route. There was a woodworking shop owned by a very old gentleman who, I mean, it seemed like he had been, working in the wood shop for about, 80 some odd years, however old he was. But he would always smile at me every time I walked by. Every morning he would always be working on the wood. Not his wood, that would be a little weird. But, well, I guess it is his wood still, but not the suggestive kind. Anyway. Yep, I have taken the right way, because that is no ordinary 7-Eleven. You notice the stripes on the marquee up there. Well, I guess it is actually just a normal 7-Eleven, but that was the 7-Eleven we would go to every day, since it was literally down the street from our housing. And speaking of down the street from our housing, you turn to the right, we are where I lived. I believe the building is called Elm Takadanobaba. It actually doubles as like a hotel, because I was looking for places to stay on like booking.com and hotels.com, and surprisingly it actually showed up. I thought it was maybe just for students, but nope, you can actually just stay there. So I wouldn't recommend it if you have money, just because it's not the nicest place in the world, if I'm being honest, but I lived here, and yeah, I don't know, just kind of a little sentimental to be back, honestly. It's literally been, 4 years, I think. But yeah, we are in Elm Takadanobaba. Back again. And actually, I'm going to keep walking because there is a little bit of a nicer thing at the end of here, if I can remember where it is specifically. Because I've already walked this way, so I might as well just keep walking. But hopefully these videos have been, I don't know, entertaining, informative, helpful, watchable at least. I feel like I'm getting a little bit better with my commentary as I go on, since I really had not been doing any vlogging or anything before this trip, so just trying to do my best to make some content. Oh, actually, an extra thing you can notice here. I don't know what canal this is specifically, but this is the canal, this beautiful canal. Jump in it. Well, maybe not, because that might be sewage runoff. There's a ball of some kind, it looks like. See that? Hanging out. It's weird. But yeah, it's nice to walk around this area. Actually, I think one of the first nights we were here, we were walking around and we took a wrong turn and ended up kind of looping sort of that way and around towards this way back to Elm. And it was nice to see like an alternative perspective of Baba. So that train is what I'm looking for. Let's see if I can find the entrance. Yeah, now we're really getting into the... Well, apparently we're in a children's horror camp. Actually, no, it seems to be a school or a kindergarten. I don't know. I just hear a lot of kids yelling. Perhaps I cannot take this way. Maybe I can. Hopefully I can. Maybe not. Actually, yeah, this might be a complete dead end. Okay, well, for once, I didn't just improv my way into the right direction. I actually just straight up walked into a dead end. Yeah, we're gonna keep going because the thing I need is behind there. So it sounds like the school is on like the second floor, or I guess that entire building is the school. I'm not entirely sure. Let's try. Here, we'll do a little bit of Dora the Explorer. Should I go that way or that way? Decide now. I guess, yeah, that way probably looks... I think there's a walkway here. I may just cut the section out entirely if I don't even find the station, but even if I don't, it's still just a nice little walk through a little unassuming neighborhood. I definitely wanted to do a video covering, you know, a neighborhood of this kind, just showing what regular stuff is here, because this is what, you know, daily life is for most people. I kind of appreciated being able to have a little bit of that when I was here the first time. Okay, we might have a development here on the left. Let's see, moment of truth. Is this the way to the train station? It is. Now you might be thinking, Seth, you were just at the train station in Baba, right? And that's technically true. I was at Takadanobaba Station, but this is not Baba Station. This is I don't even know the name of it actually. It's a much smaller station. But I just kind of like the idea that there's just a little tiny station next to these little neighborhoods in big old Tokyo, you know. Let's see if I can get up to it. I remember it being kind of confusing to find the platform, the side you can enter on. I might have just been stupid, but... Oh, train coming. Wow. Probably didn't need to run there, but just in case. Yes, we're making our way. Looks a little bit more suburban. And actually, I'm not even going to take the train since I don't need to go where it goes, but I will describe it in a second. But after that, I do want to go to that shrine, so look out for that in a second. But I guess we're making our way to this station. Sorry, I kind of got lost in the ambiance there. Actually, yeah, can you even... Where the hell is the station? I remember it being very unassuming. You had to, like, take this whole thing, but... Yeah, again, a little bit further than I remember it being. I remember it being like just right behind my housing, but okay, looks like it's up here. It is a lot hotter today than it was yesterday. Well, not that much hotter, but I don't know. It's going to be a high of like 79 today, which with Tokyo's humidity, it's not something I particularly love, but okay, well, like I said, I remember the station being a little hard to get into, so show it. I mean, honestly, I don't even remember it being that scenic, to be honest. It's just a little small, which I found cute. And I guess the fun fact I was gonna give about it is it takes you all the way to Shinjuku. It takes you kind of the little back area right behind Kabukicho, which is like the main nightlife area of Shinjuku. So if you want to go there and I guess not deal with like more commuter traffic, you can just take this little tiny line. But we're gonna go up here. There's a nice breeze that was really needed. Because, man, the sun's beaming down. And I forgot to bring sunscreen, so hopefully I'm not out all day. I may actually take a bit of a break in the middle of the day. Still kind of fighting jet lag and some issues with being able to eat food because of some nausea, so trying to overcome that, but I am drinking my liquids. Make our way down this way. Actually, I'm very, very thirsty. The water that I have is not particularly cold right now, so we're gonna get ourselves a nice old American Coca-Cola. Seems to be some issue with the machine, I guess. Perhaps it's broken. Let's try it again. Yeah, okay, I guess it's broken. Shit. I wanted a Coke. Okay, well, I guess I'll get a Coke a little bit later. You probably didn't want to watch me just standing at a vending machine anyway, so we'll just keep on walking and I can show you that beautiful shrine, which I have actually never even been to. I'm kind of shocked I haven't found this originally. I guess, I mean, for as much as I did try to explore Baba, I didn't really go back here too much beyond the station, so it's just nicer to see a lot of this for the first time. But are there any places in particular that you'd want me to document? Since I will try to be all over the city as much as I can. I'm trying to hit all the big hot spots, so there should be a Shibuya video up from last night, and I'm going to try to do a Shinjuku video at night to show that, because that's one of the most... Oh, going aside. Sorry, I almost got hit by a moped. Trying to do a Shinjuku video at night because that is one of the most beautiful experiences in the entire city. I'm looking forward to that, so I guess, as well. But yes, we are at the shrine. I'm doing my best to be a little more quiet, a little more respectful here. If you don't know, when you enter a shrine, these big torii gates, well, sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small. When you walk past them, you're supposed to bow to, I guess, welcome yourself to the god of this particular shrine. Yeah, this is a much smaller complex. Here is the main prayer area. So what you do, if I remember correctly, you can't exactly do this with one hand, but you drop a coin in the little box. It's ideally a 5 yen coin, since it's something to do with, it means luck. And I'm trying to find my cheapest coin. I just threw 100 yen in there. Oh well. Oh, found a 50. Okay, so I believe any of the coins with holes in particular are actually ones that you want to throw in there. So you throw it in there. You're supposed to clap. And then you bow. And maybe clap one more time. And then I think you're supposed to ring the bell as well, but that has plastic wrap on it, so maybe not. I don't know. Hopefully I'm not angering a god here. But yeah, this is a really beautiful shrine. Again, that's one of the best parts about this city, is that you can just be 5 minutes away from a major train station and you just get stuff like this. Just these really beautiful areas. And these are, I believe, messages that people can leave for prayers. Sometimes you'll see these, and then you might see little white pieces of paper scrunched up as well. And actually, I'm trying to find, they may not even have it here, but usually in a shrine, when you enter, there's a little kind of water bath area where you're supposed to essentially clean your hands and clean your face and purify yourself, but it doesn't seem to be here. It's not exactly required, it's just something you see a lot. I wonder what that is. That's some like Castle in the Sky shit. Some Nazca of the Valley of the Wind. I kind of like that shot. I might take a photo of that. But yeah, what a beautiful shrine. Oh, there's some of the pieces of paper I was talking about, the wishes and whatnot. But yeah, that is. Oh, I think I found a little water bath. And again, can't exactly do it with this selfie stick, but I do want to at least show it. Oh, actually it's closed, it looks like. Or maybe not. Or maybe it is just a little bath of some kind, I don't know. But, okay, well, this video's probably gone on long enough, so I'm going to find a drink because I might actually die of heat stroke if I don't. But yeah. Oh, and also when you leave a shrine, when you pass the gate, you're supposed to turn around and bow at the gods to respect them. And then you leave. So, all right. Well, I will see you all on the next video. Probably going to be Shinjuku walk around and maybe something else in Baba. I'm not entirely sure, but you'll see it when you see it. So, thank you for watching this video.